Welcome back, Fat Boys! So, you're interested in a Road King, or at least looking at them. Welcome to the touring and Harley lifestyle. But why should you get a Road King, especially comparing it to a Road Glide or a Street Glide or any other touring bike? Well, here's a list to the top 10 reasons you need a Road King. But before we get into this list, make sure you go on ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Really, do it. Right now, please. Please? So, starting with number 1, the comfort. When you pick this bike, you are getting the Harley Touring frame, a tried, tested, proven true frame for comfort. This frame has proven its worth over the many years of transformation from when it started in 1965 to its current form now in 2021. I mean, who hasn't heard of those guys that have ridden their Harley cross country for the week? And chances are, that was a Harley touring bike. Those bikes are made for comfort, straight from the factory, coming with a plush wide seat, floorboards for the feet, and handlebars right at shoulder height, all creating a rider triangle perfect for comfort on long hauls, as if you were just sitting in a chair. Next is the bags that come stock on the bike. These hard bags come with water sealing capabilities that hold an exorbitant amount of anything you may want to hold for both the long hauls and daily rides. No longer will you need to also be carrying a backpack to and from work, but now you'll be able to throw all of your work supplies in the bags and never have to worry about open zippers or water damage from the rain. And you will have the ability to pack over a week's worth of clothes in each bag for those long hauls. And for number 3, to help separate from those other Harley touring bikes, you got a bike for a reason, and that is to be on the open road and see the open roads. So with the lack of a fairing on this bike, this really allows you to take all of that in. When you got on a bike, you want to see the road in front of you. Why would you block all of that with a big piece of metal and plastic blocking half of the road and your view in front of you? You wouldn't want that. There is also no BS, no excessive need for a big screen with too much information, no gauge for every different thing on your bike, no need for a radio when you have everything already inside of your helmet. The Road King gives you everything you need and nothing you don't. If you need a little bit of wind blocking, they already have those options for you, simply to add and remove a windscreen just to block the wind. For number 4, this ties back to the lack of a fairing. You have much easier customability, especially referring to the handlebar choices. With a touring bike with a fairing, you can be much more limited in your choice of handlebars. This is because you have a giant fairing in the way of where your handlebars connect to the bike. Yes, you can do all of those handlebars like T-bars, but you also need to relocate the gauges because you're blocking the things on the fairing, thus rendering them useless. So why spend all of that extra money on the things you won't even be able to see? Number 5, it's super simple. To be a real biker, you will not only be on a Harley Davidson, you will be on a Harley touring bike. Point proven. Number 6, if you want to be a real biker, you may also want to be just a little bit different than everyone else, just to help separate yourself from everyone else with their black street glides coming down the road. So buy a Road King. There are far fewer of them on the road, so you'll always be able to stand out while blending in at the same time. Number 7, while you are on a Harley touring bike, you will get that Harley rumble, yet just a little bit better than the other frames. Even just stock, the Harley touring bikes have a much deeper, louder growl in comparison to other frames from the same year. Here you can see in comparison to Harley Fat Bob on the Softail frame. This really comes down to a difference in the counterbalance in the M8 across the different frames. And as a side note, this also allows the touring M8s to be able to take a lot more power and beating when trying to build your performance bagger. And for number 8, to help shout out the Road King special, it is murdered out. With nearly everything blacked out, it really helps give a modern look to the bike that most people want to get from their bikes now. This actually saves you money coming right out of the dealership. If you actually buy a bike with chrome and try to murder everything out like the special, you will end up spending around $5,000 to $10,000 more than just buying the special. Number 9, the Road King is actually the preferred bike by motorcycle police across the United States. With the bike's superior handling and lightweight from the lack of a fairing, while giving them all the bike and comfort they will need, most police forces choose the Road King. Hell, if it's good enough for them, it should be good enough for you. And finally, for number 10, the biggest and best reason to get a Road King, it's a Harley freaking Davidson! Thank you. Goodbye. Thank y'all for sticking to the end. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you go and hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And make sure you ring that bell notification so that you know when the next video comes on out. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.